You know, life is stressful. Right now, especially, but even just generally. There's always so much going on as we all move forward on our individual journeys of belonging. In this time of stress and frustrations, it can be very satisfying to find a game where sweetness and comfort are the main ingredients. Misc, A Tiny Tale, is exactly that sort of game. The conception of Misc is a very familiar story, one that is becoming more and more common in this age of gaming, both for the better and for the worse. A franchise has gone dormant and has been sleeping for many years, and so a group of passionate and creative fans of the franchise band together and create a spiritual successor. The franchise in question today is Chibi Robo, and the fans in question are Tinyware Games. Chibi Robo is a series all about a little robot, and I mean really little, helping others and cleaning up trash littered across each level. The games were always on the niche side of Nintendo's franchise catalog, and the last time we've seen this Robo was on the 3DS, with the ever-beloved and bereft of any controversy, Chibi Robo Ziplash. Misc, A Tiny Tale wears its Chibi Robo inspirations on its sleeve, to the point where they basically have the same summary. But there are many other influences at play here, particularly within the GameCube's library. Elements of Pikmin and Super Mario Sunshine can be spotted in visual and gameplay representation, and I also got a little bit of Yoshi in there too, particularly on the map screen. And many of these games served as foundational titles for one Michael Pierce, the lead developer of Misc and one of 3 individuals that make up Tinyware Games. This game serves as their debut to the gaming world, and if this is what their first game looks like, I am extremely eager to see what they cook up next. We play as Buddy. Along with our friend Bag Boy and his very snooty cat, we venture off to the wilderness in search of adventure and in interest of a mystery. A massive explosion has caused golden cogs to be flung around all over the place, and that's all the motivation Bag Boy needs to rally us off to an expedition. There's not much more to it than that, at least in the beginning. Misc intends to remind us that adventure for adventure's sake is exciting in its own right, and especially for micro-sized machines who want to see the world. The story is narrated, and it gives off this Winnie the Pooh energy, just an innocent little story about 2 friends and the world they live in. However, as the chapters play out, questions do start to rise. Like a mysterious sign guy leaving signs around to help us on our quest, seemingly leading us somewhere. Or a weird little robot piloting a UFO, flying about and dropping enemies everywhere. What starts as an innocent journey turns into quite the epic tale by the end of it. The smallest guys have the biggest adventures, as they always say. Buddy's controls take a bit of getting used to. You trottle along just fine, you smack stuff with your paperclip sword, and crouch to the tune of adorable squeaking. Jumping, however, is a bit more involved than you'd think. Buddy is floaty, by design, and has both a double jump and a propeller at his disposal. This allows you to jump quite far distances, as long as you time out your jumps properly. In the early stages of the game, I struggled with this and fell down a few times, but thankfully, there was almost no consequence for these mistakes. You can't die or get hurt in any way, and falling simply puts you back to where you last were. This makes for a forgiving experience where you can keep on trying until you finally get it right. In the later chapters of the game, I could handle jumps far more efficiently than I could at the start, allowing me to collect items much quicker than I was before. Speaking of collectibles, let's talk about those. Each chapter of the game has several tasks for you to take care of if you want to achieve completion. Firstly are the golden cogs. In order to advance to the next chapter, you must acquire 8 of them. But There are 10 in each chapter, meaning you don't have to collect them all if you're finding yourself truly stuck. Most of these cogs are either hidden in hard-to-reach locations, or are rewarded for helping out an NPC. There are plenty of quirky bots living within each chapter, and most have a problem of some kind that requires solving. Collecting ingredients for a stew, or finding a beach dweller's lost umbrella, that sort of thing. On later chapters, the stories of these NPCs become more involved. Rather than a bunch of random requests, everyone's problems are linked together in some way, making the solving of their issues much more interesting. Next is all the trash. There's trash littered all over the place, and cleaning up these trash pieces is another metric of completion. They glow blue, thankfully, otherwise they'd be easily confused for set dressing. Simply pick up any trash as you see it, or scrub up spills using your handy little toothbrush. These collected pieces of trash can be recycled in exchange for silver nuts and difference points. The former acts as money, and you'll see a bunch of them scattered in the levels too, in deliberately placed patterns. There will be many instances where you need to buy items from merchants in order to collect more golden cogs. Difference points, however, are something else entirely. See, as you help others and clean up trash, you will start to build up a meter regarding how much you made a difference in each place you visit. Good Samaritan points, as it were. And while it's not immediately clear what these are for, aside from just feeling good, you will start to receive letters from those who have heard about your good deeds and wish to reach out. Not NPCs you have met on your journey, but bots from all around the world who have been touched by your actions in some way. These letters are actually pretty vulnerable. The writers of these letters are putting their hearts onto the page. Some of them are silly, sure, but others act as introspective pieces regarding personal struggle or reflective commentary on the world and its issues. Being stuck at a 9-to-5 job, for example, or being trapped within a divided community, struggles with identity, or even feeling like you don't belong. Some of these letters get fairly raw and intense with their themes, so be prepared to feel some feelings. Playing Misc and exploring everything it has to offer made me feel like the game was trying to send a message. That being, no matter what, keep doing what makes you, you. That we may all have our flaws, but that is what makes us special. And to doubt oneself is to deprive the world of your unique expression and voice. There are other themes too that are just as important within Misc. The value of community, the inherent joy of adventure, new places, new people, connections. Stuff that, quite frankly, is very welcome right now. Buddy is filling a hole within the lives of these NPCs, and even beyond that, the game itself is hoping to fill a hole within the player, as a brief reminder that joy can be found even in the smallest of places. And I really respect that. I enjoyed my time with Misc thoroughly and played the entire thing. It's a game that will take you 6 hours tops, and for Tinyware's first game, it's a little rough in places. I hear that on Switch 1 in particular, the performance can be rough. But those flaws, much like the flaws of the characters, are part of what makes this game special and unique. I think many of us out there right now could use a simple, cozy, 3D platformy, GameCube-styled collect-a-thon adventure right about now, and Misc, A Tiny Tale, fits the bill. I hope you give this game a shot and enjoy what you play. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.